Welcome to Lingua Latina Tutorials with Mr. K. Here we are in Chapter 24, Grammatica Latina. This is going to teach us about the pluperfect tense, which is called the plusquamperfectum, the active form of the pluperfect. The boy is wet because he walked through the rain. This is just the perfect form. The boy was wet because he had walked through the rain. So here we have the past tense in the first part of the phrase, first clause. The boy was wet because he had before he got wet, because he had walked through the rain. That's the cause of him being wet, and that's how the pluperfect works. Use the helping verb had. Ambulawit is the perfect past. Ambulawerat is the pluperfect past tense. Pluperfect ends in erat, third person singular, which is added to the infinitive of the perfect without isse. Examples: recitaverat, he had recited; paruverat, he had obeyed; scripserat, he had written; dormiverat, he had slept. Here we have in the margin the forms that you should memorize and put on flashcards if that's the way you're memorizing these. Yesterday, the teacher praised the boy because the boy had been good, a good student. He had recited well and he had written well. He had obeyed the teacher, nor had he slept in school. The good student says to the bad one, "Yesterday the teacher praised me because I had been a good student. I had recited well and I had written well. I had obeyed the teacher, nor had I slept in school. But he beat you, the teacher beat you, because you had been a bad student. You had recited poorly and had written poorly. You had slept in school, nor had you obeyed the teacher." Remember that pare o parera takes the dative. That's why we have magistro form here. Here, yesterday the teacher praised the boys because they had been good students. They had recited well and had written well. They had obeyed the teacher, nor had they slept in school. The good students say to the bad ones, "Yesterday the teacher praised us because we had been good students. We had recited well and written well. We had obeyed the teacher, nor had we slept in school. But you, the teacher beat you because you had been bad students. You had recited badly and had written badly. You had slept in school, nor had you obeyed the teacher." Notice in the margin here also we have the pluperfect of sum, which is fu, the stem, the perfect stem, minus isse. So fu isse, to have been. Take away the isse, you get fu plus eram, eras, erat, eramos, eratus, erant gives you I had been, you had been, he, she, it had been, etc. Okay, here we have the actual endings, eram, eras, erat, eramos, eratus, erant, that get added to the perfect stem. The passive form is formed like this. The teacher had beaten Marcus. Marcus had been beaten by the teacher. Verberatus erat. So the supine plus eram, eras, erat as a separate word will give you the perfect passive, the pluperfect passive. The teacher had beaten the boys. The boys had been beaten by the teacher. The son says, "Father beat me, although I had already been beaten by the teacher." Verberatus eram. The mother says, "Why had you been beaten?" The sons say, "Father beat us, although we had already been beaten by the teacher." The mother says, "Why had you been beaten?" The forms here we have I had been beaten, you had been beaten, he, she, it had been beaten. First person, second person, third person. Verberatus eram, verberatus eras, verberatus erat. And then we had been beaten, you all had been beaten, they had been beaten. Verberati eramus, verberati eratis, and verberati erant. Study all of those forms, and when you're done, let's head over to the Grammatica for the last exercises of this lesson.